I've had a long debate with myself about whether to tell you this. You seem to have made another happy marriage after all, and you don't owe Charles anything in the material sense. But the truth is, of course, he's your son.
Hi.
In the final instance, I leave it to you whether to tell your wife or not. But I think the best thing would be perhaps to leave it right where it is and just, well, keep a fatherly eye on him. That's about it, except to say goodbye and good luck, always. I love you both.
Once again, on Founders' Day, I should like to welcome a lot of new faces, as well as those of you who have made a very special effort to be with us every year. It is, naturally, a very difficult time for us all, and so I'm especially grateful that you could be with us today. I also notice that some of our old boys have discarded their school uniforms in favor of a different type of uniform. When I first entered these school grounds during the last war, I also wore such a uniform. We thought that was the war to end all wars. And now, it is a matter of great grief and of great pride that in the last few months, Bamfield men have again given their lives. One such man, R.A.L. Dobson, who was here between 1914 and 1920, was last week killed in action in France. He was one of the very first boys I ever taught. Let us remember his courage as we pray for courage and for wisdom.
Sir?
My goodness, Boyer?
Sir?
I hardly recognized you.
Well, it's a cruel world. It changes us all.
You haven't met Chad Boyer, have you, Chris? This is my wife.
Glad to meet you now.
How do you do, Mrs. Polk-Jones?
This chap was in the very first lesson I taught.
God, I hope you've forgotten that.
Oh, no. Etched on my memory. One doesn't forget an occasion like that.
I'm sure he was very well behaved.
No, he wasn't. He was appalling. He faked an epileptic fit.
Did you really?
My whole career hung in the balance for 5 minutes.
Didn't you know? He had me taped from the very first moment. I knew it was a mistake as soon as I started. I was meaning to ask you.
Yes?
Do you think I might make any sort of shot of teaching when this is over?
Really?
I've thought it over quite a bit, sir.
Yes. Yes, I think you might do very well. Look, why don't you come along and have a drink and a chat with us later on?
Right. See you later, then.
Yes.
Mrs. Pollock-Jones?
Hi, Dad. He called you sir. He can't be that much younger than you.
He wants to come back here and teach, Chris. That makes me feel very good.
If he does come back.
Yes. It would be naive to suppose that this war will be any easier than the last.
This one's right, isn't it? I mean, we know what we're fighting for. And we will win, won't we?
Yes. And this place will carry on. You know, sometimes it's quite extraordinary. It's more than 20 years since I first came here. You'd hardly recognize me. I'm skinny as a rake, shell-shocked, and the shakes, hardly able to hold myself together. If anyone had said then I'd still be here 20 years later.
Well, you are here. You happy? Would you change it?
No. No, I wouldn't change it.
Now for the hard part. I've had a long debate with myself about whether to tell you this. You seem to have made another happy marriage after all, and you don't owe Charles anything in the material sense. But the truth is, of course, he's your son.
Hi.
In the final instance, I leave it to you whether to tell your wife or not. But I think the best thing would be perhaps to leave it right where it is and just, well, keep a fatherly eye on him. That's about it, except to say goodbye and good luck, always. I loved you both.